You want to restart?
We're gonna get through this, kids. It's gonna be okay.
Do you want to restart?
No. It's not funny right now, buddy.
The Whisper Productions thing.
Oh, it's not funny.
Restart?
It's so not funny.
And also, I do want to point out, if you weren't stressed enough about it, I realized that this episode is supposed to air in 2 days.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Oh. This is the Saturday.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
Fuck that.
All right, here we go. Take 3.
Third time's the best time.
I don't think that's how the saying goes.
Third time's the charm, yeah.
All my trainer ever says is third set's the best set for lifting, so that's all I know about it.
I don't know how they got that. The third set's kind of where it starts to get worse.
It's the last set for most of the sets, so.
Oh, I see.
Third set's the best set.
All right. So,
yeah, in my experience, the third one was not great. You end up having to do anywhere between 48 hours to 96 hours of jail time, and you're on probation for like 5 years.
Alrighty then.
Yep.
The autumn is in full force. Orange and red litter the trees and the ground, fluttering in the breeze of a comfortable day. People mill about the streets of Ekenor, preparing for the post-harvest festival meant to begin in a few days. We pan across the city briefly, seeing a brief glimpse into the preparations happening nearby on the green, stalls being constructed and goods being carted in. A small traveling troupe of performers is setting up in their small stage and going through the motions of rehearsal. We arrive at a storefront, humble in appearance but comfortable and well-built. The sign above the door reads in tidily printed letters, Rourke's Taillier, alongside a painted image of a spool of colored thread. Within we see the proprietor, Rourke, a reedy man with small spectacles, finishing a coat, and his wife, Ife, tall and red-haired, working the final touches on a long and colorful banner meant for the upcoming festivities. Eken enters the room from outside, not the dirty, road-weary man we know. Not yet. This Eken is young, tall, and slender, with short-cut hair and well-fit clothes. His eyes flicker with humor, and he wears an easy grin.
Good morning, Mum. Fine coat you're working on. Shame it's for the mayor.
Manners, Eken.
Only joking, The mayor's a fine man. It is only right he should have a fine coat, so on and so forth. Oh, look at that banner. It's beautiful, Mother. You've outdone yourself.
You say that every year.
And every year I mean it entirely. The stitching is perfect as always, and the color. Your dye work is truly enviable.
Ha! You're too clever by half, Eken. One of these days, you're going to end up talking circles round yourself. Lend a hand here, Eken. Just hold the sleeve. Thank you. Just like that. While I trim this thread, and... done. I have a few more projects to finish up before the festival. Patch jobs and the like. Package this up and take it to the mayor before tonight, Eken.
Of course, Da.
Take the banner to the fairground on your way, won't you, love?
Such a journey. Are you sure I'll make it all the way to the fairgrounds before sundown? You know the roads are dangerous after nightfall. There could be any number of fiends about.
I have nothing but confidence in you. Eken takes the bundle, and with a peck on the cheek from his mother and an exaggerated bow, he is out the door. As soon as he's around the corner, Eken opens the smaller box and slips into the coat. It is not the dirty, well-worn coat we know. Not yet. This coat is new. Too large for Eken at the shoulders, missing the many-colored patches we have become familiar with. He heads west, towards the town green, bundle in hand and borrowed coat hanging loose. Each passerby gets a nod, or a smile, or in the case where Eken knows them personally, a friendly greeting.
Hello. Good day. Miss?
He arrives in the village green quickly, and approaches a portly woman who, if not formally in charge, may as well be. The bundle is left with her before he finds himself drawn in by the preparations of the performers to be. The sun sinks until it is just beyond the horizon, before the screen. The preparations halt, as everyone goes stock still, after the single sharp interruption to the pleasant evening. Eken gets to his feet slowly, as confused as everyone else, looking around at them. The second screen gets people moving. Many start moving that direction to offer help or something else. Eken does not know what happened next. His world was consumed by darkness, and he fell, there in the village green. The last thought through his head is not his voice. It is a voice he doesn't recognize.
Say no.
like the dead, or it will find you.
It's the dead of night. The city is silent and dark. Not a whisper or flicker of candlelight to reveal the presence of the place that only hours ago was full of life. Buildings sit hollow, empty. The thing that did this is gone now. It had fulfilled whatever terrible purpose brought it here. Not even an animal stirs, but then something moves. No, not something. Someone. One of the bodies, covered in mud and dotted with blood, stirs slightly. Not more than a twitch. Then a cough. Eyes flutter open, staring into the dark and starry sky. Time passes. Eventually, slowly and painfully, the body sits up. It looks around, not really seeing. Presses itself to its feet, moving more from habit than anything else. The body is Eakin's body, but it is not really Eakin. Not anymore, and not yet. It is just a body. It slowly stumbles through the dark streets that used to be home, that used to mean something. The shop is easy to find. The body has walked the path so many times before. The finely painted sign still hangs, motionless above the dark and yawning interior. It doesn't need to look inside. It knows what it will find if it does. It knows that whatever is left of Eakin will not survive seeing inside. So it turns away. It knows what it wants to do, what it believes it needs to do. The body returns to the fairgrounds and gathers materials. Cloth and grass and wood. It builds a fire and a makeshift torch. It bundles up a long, colorful banner and walks back toward the heart of town. A bead of red and flickering orange in a dark city. It returns to the shop. Its home. It stands waiting for a long while. For what? We aren't sure. Even it isn't sure. The banner is bundled and wrapped into the small pile of firewood in the covered shed attached to the back of the shop. It places the torch on the edge of the banner until the cloth catches. As the fire grows, the body only backs away as the heat grows unbearable. It spreads, consuming first the back wall of the shop, curling its way inside through windows shattered by the heat. A building next door catches. The body notices, but does not care. Finally confident the fire will consume everything in the horrible stillness of the shop, the body drops the torch and begins to walk away. The last thing we see as it walks east is firelight reflecting off the empty green eyes.
Welcome, listeners, to Shining in Shadow. We're going to start this episode off with a little conversation with Eakin. Well, Eakin being Andrew, Andrew being Eakin. Andrew Eakin? Eakin? A
That's... Don't... What? Okay.
Eakandrew.
Am I in character or not for the following conversation? That should
It
answer
depends
your
on
question.
how you want to answer it. I guess
Oh
the
my
question
God.
I have for you is, how do you feel about your character dying soon?
Oh, if it happens, it happens. Whatever. People die sometimes in this setting, I think. So, I would assume that can happen to us. If Eakin dies, then he dies. That's what I have to say.
So you have no, investment in your character. If he dies, it's whatever.
Well, here's the thing, right? I like Eakin. He's really cool. I'm excited to explore his story for as long as he remains alive. But should he die, there are a billion other people I could come up with to explore stories for. And I'd be happy to do that with any of them. So, I'm a sociopath. I don't care about my characters.
All right. Well, just so you know, you're taking all the fun out of me killing your character.
I'm sorry,
Would
do you
you-
want me to... Here, let me start over. It'd really suck if Eakin dies. He's really whatever. He's awesome, and I like him a lot. His story is important to me, and I would cry. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. I'm a
Okay.
sociopath.
I'm a sociopath.
All right.
All I gotta say is I'm excited whenever Eakin takes over the body of Morgana, the horse.
Oh yeah, if Eakin dies, my next character is Morgana the horse. She
other
has
immortal
a
character.
7 points in travel and no other skills other than a 4 in neighing really well. So that's my skills, and I just
Feet neighing really well.
yes.
Really sarcastically, if we're being honest.
Yeah. No, Morgana has some character in her neighs, and I fully intend to embody that.
All right.
-6 to crafting.
Yeah, I mean, how can you craft without thumbs? That's the real question.
And that's the cat. Okay.
All right. Well, last we left our intrepid souls who are on a path towards doom and destruction. Trist was in Heinrich's shop working on an antidote for Sedgwick, our lovely, lovely knight who is the best character in the game. Tresco was dilly-dallying around with Romaine, dragging him to the keep. And, oh, right, the other important thing that was happening, Eakin was getting stared down by a huge monster, well, not huge, but a mega monster that was standing off in the edge of the forest. And I think Avon and Arlen were entering the room as this was happening.
Following a coin.
The coin's really the less important part of this.
Is pretty crazy.
So where do you want to start?
So where do we want to start? Well, I think the fans, if we have any, want us to start with Eakin's reaction to the monster that's on the forest line that wants him to die. But me personally, I want to start with Eakin's response to how the monster is going to kill him.
You already do that?
Yeah. That was the joke, is that I care more about how Eakin's going to handle being threatened. Take it away.
I'm confused. What's happening?
We're starting you with you, Pop-Tart.
I see. I'm staring out a window at a horrifying beast.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
And
staring at you.
my friends just walked in the room, right? That's all cool. Okay.
It looks at you. You can tell it's looking at you. You can tell it sees you for what you are. Nothing but prey.
Right. That's not so good. All right. Hello, you two.
Aiken,
What's going on?
there's a coin, like, still bumping against your foot. I'm like, you want to explain that?
Yeah. Coin is
Oh.
definitely bumping into your foot.
I pick it up and let it spin around my hand like it wants to do.
Spin, 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 spin.
I go, hi, this is my coin. It's really good at spinning. And I apparently have nothing to do with it anymore. It just can do it on its own.
Spin, 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 spin.
We should find the lady. I'm pretty sure someone's trying to kill her.
Did you look away from the monster?
Not yet. Unless I had to break my line of sight to pick up the coin, in which case I guess I did, but I didn't try to.
I say if you strained to keep it in sight, you could.
So I very awkwardly and clearly kept line of sight out the window while I scooped up a coin from behind me. Awesome.
Awful suspicious.
Agree. I go look out the window because that's just weird.
As you step out onto the balcony next to Eakin, you kind of follow his gaze out into the forest, and you see this thin, willowy figure standing on the forest line. It stands there, and you can't so much see as feel its gaze turn to you. You can't so much hear as sense it tasting the air and tasting your scent.
Oh, that's not good.
And as you say so, a bunch of small, glowy orbs appears within the forest. A lot of them. Too many to count.
Oh shit.
You said something about Lady MacLear.
I don't
Oh.
think it's just the lady who's in trouble anymore.
And on that note, I'm not even going to go to the window. I'm just going to run to Lady MacLear's room.
Okay.
Podcat.
Podcat. Man, so much for my trying to make Eos our mascot. It's our cat.
The three-legged
The
cat.
three-legged cat is definitely the waistband. Actually, that makes way more sense. All right. So you run into Lady MacLear's room.
Mhm.
You run in and you see her huddled against a wall, a little boy behind her. She's guarding him very protectively from a man in a brown cloak, dirty, ragged, nasty.
I draw my sword.
All right.
I draw Thistle specifically, I guess, because I have both swords.
I was going to ask you which one.
I draw Thistle.
Thistle doesn't let you draw him. Her.
Oh, okay. I dropped my normal sword. Does Thistle at least give me some?
Not a
something?
fiend.
Not a fiend. Okay.
We just accidentally learned valuable information about Thistle.
So yeah, I draw my normal long sword. And I draw it on this man.
Okay. So you draw your normal sword because Thistle won't let you draw.
Is his back to me?
Yes.
put it against his back. And I say, that's not a good idea.
No response.
What?
No response. It takes a step forward.
I sidestep around to come in front between him and Lady MacLear.
What you see is beyond what you've ever seen. You see a pale face. It looks a lot like this.
Okay.
Yellow eyes.
Okay.
Gross.
Yellow eyes see you without necessarily acknowledging you. I can't think of the word. I'm spacing on the color I use all the time that I can't think of right now. An amber liquid running from it. Yeah, thank you. An amber liquid running from its eyes and mouth and nose. It doesn't even appear to be breathing, but there appears to be some pulsing mechanical motion from beneath the skin. With every pulse, more of this liquid oozes from the eyes, mouth, and nose.
Gross.
What's more disconcerting is its hands, or lack thereof. Instead of hands, sewn, attached in some morbid way, are a pair of swords sticking from the wrists. Rusted from amber, disgusting.
Okay. Well, I'm mentally doing a check-in with Thistle because I'm like, how the hell is this thing not a fiend?
Not a fiend.
Obviously. But it does not appear that it is going to back down, so I thrust.
Okay. It doesn't even move. Your blade
Goes into it.
passes into it, and it starts to kind of like jerk as amber liquid starts to pulse from where you've stabbed it,
Yeah.
and it attacks you.
Okay.
Are we in an initiative thing like that I'd have to roll to try to
I would
interrupt, or
probably
can I
yell for
jump
them At this
in?
point, they're not far.
Once she yells for you.
Shit. Yeah, you went in alone.
All right, Avon.
Mm-hmm.
Pause for character sheet finding.
No, I'm fine. It's around here. It's right there. Gotta go through my dice.
Excuse me.
Ugh. I don't think I have an initiative modifier, so.
It's your speed.
Oh.
I'm going to lovingly name this thing Thing 1.
Oh, great. That's great. Okay. I really hope Tresco comes soon. All right. My speed. I am in an offensive.
Mhm.
Or would I be in defensive to you?
It's up to you, however you would define it.
I mean, I attacked him, so I'm assuming offenses. So my speed is a 6.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d10.
Okay. That's a 7. So total of, I can math, 13.
Okay. Well, I can't find any of my dice. Oh, hey, look, I found some dice.
Do you want a d10?
Yes. Oh, these are Terry's metal ones. These are going to roll like hell. That'll do. Okay. So, it attacks you.
My damage was a damage 3, by the
Mhm.
way.
Okay. So, roll to dodge.
Which is gonna be my defense roll.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, we haven't done a lot of combat, really.
I know.
Shoot. That is a 14.
14. Okay. One of the bladed, we'll call them hands, but they're not hands. Wrist blades? Ooh. One of the wrist blades sinks cleanly into your left shoulder, dealing 2 points of damage.
I'm fine. My protection negates that.
No.
I have armor.
I think that's correct. Yes, you are. That's correct. So it doesn't sink into your shoulder. It glances off your armor. It scrapes along it, though, like nails on chalkboard.
Either that or I blocked with my round shield. I'm not sure which. Either way.
How about you pick one, and then we narratively go from there?
Fine, it's the studded leather.
Okay.
Okay, anyway. Sorry.
All right.
Can my people get here now? I don't want to fight this thing. Okay.
And it's your turn. What do you do?
I can either take an action like yelling for help or attack, right?
You can do both.
I can do both.
Yeah.
I yell for Lady MacLear to stay where she is, not to run. Because I'm pretty sure this thing would catch her. I take my shield and I try to push it back.
Okay, give me a roll. This would be a feet roll.
Feet roll?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 5.
You push into it,
It doesn't even
and
budge.
it doesn't even move. In fact, it pushes against you and takes a step closer.
Shit.
One of its arms reaching past you towards MacLear.
Shit.
You gonna call for help?
I already called for help.
Oh, she called for help, folks.
I called for help before this even started.
I missed that. That is my bad.
Oh.
Ekin and Arlen, give me some speed rolls.
Ooh.
Oh, we were supposed to roll?
You did.
No, I didn't. Not for speed. Oh, yeah, I did. Sorry. Been a while.
Okay, give me the speed, guys. I'm sorry.
I rolled a 6.
And then add your speed.
And the only speeds that are marked on my sheets are my stances.
Yeah, use one of those. Whichever stance you think Arlen would have been in.
13 for me.
13. Okay.
I'm right behind her with a 12.
Okay. And Avon and Arlen, what's your individual speeds?
I'm a 6.
7.
7? Okay. Okay. Then Arlen, you come into the room with Ekin hot on your tail.
See Avon shield bashing, or at least trying to, this weird creepy thing.
Yes.
It's there everywhere. And I will draw my sword.
Do you want to attack it?
Space too, with Avon right up on
Yeah,
it.
the rooms are conjoined. The room that they were in and the room that you're in now are conjoined rooms. She's coming in on the opposite side. You're attacking it from behind, Arlen.
Awesome. Okay. Then yes.
Okay. What'd you roll?
Slashing. Let's see. I rolled a 10.
Holy
Oh,
shit. 10 to hit. 10 to hit, you're a little short on your swing. It goes through the cloth and actually tears off a pretty good section of it. All like it's almost like the material is rotting to where your slash just kind of set it on its final way, right? And the cloth falls away, revealing a back that's been like opened and stitched shut. The amber liquid leaking from it, and you see this small device just stabbed through the back, and it seems to be acting as some sort of piston.
That's super creepy.
That's super creepy. I like to think that Arlen just says that out loud. I'm not sure if that was your intention or not, but I'm picturing it as canon.
Me
It's
too.
canon.
Yes.
Loud.
Slashes, coat falls, really dramatic moment. That's creepy.
Pretty much.
All right.
All right. So now it's Ekin's turn.
Dope. So here's gonna be me being one of those annoying players who asks a lot of questions about the place that we're at.
Hey.
Talk to me about the space. What's in the room? What's around?
There is a wardrobe, a bed, a nightstand, another
Okay,
nightstand.
no, but about this bed. What are we talking here? Like 4 post with like drapes around it, like the whole thing?
Yes.
Okay. And there are drapes, and like, you know how with draped beds, at least, you know, in like movies and shit, there's like, you know, you tie them off to the post that doesn't just like fall and cover the whole bed all day, right?
Correct.
Cool. I want to grab one of those loops of rope that's around the bed and like rip it off of the 4 post and wrap it around this thing and use that to like leverage it back away from the lady, because Ekin's feeling bold.
Oh my god.
Okay. So you're going to get into this hodgepodge mess here somehow?
Oh yeah, no, actually, you know what? Better way to get into this hodgepodge mess. I take the rope and I'm gonna slide through and I'm gonna try to loop its leg and trip it.
Okay. Give me a feats roll.
Oh boyo! We're looking for a high number here. We got an okay number. We rolled an 8 plus a whole 2 for 10.
You grab the drapery. You rip it off the pole, well, one end of it. You slide between its legs, kind of, but you might have misgauged your force as you stop right underneath it.
Does it
Between
trip?
its legs.
With my sword in its chest.
With a sword in its chest.
I mean, a whole person just hit it in the legs.
Yeah, no, it definitely goes down. Yeah, okay. So it goes down on top of you.
Ew.
It lands, so the way it falls off backwards towards Arlen. Arlen, give me a
Defense check.
Okay. 15.
You step back as it falls off of the blade. The amber liquid kind of splatters out of the chest cavity and lands at your feet. It falls backwards over Ekin. Ekin, you don't dodge the amber liquid so well. It gets all over your clothes.
They've had worse.
It
Holy shit,
smells
this is hot.
horrible. It lands on its back, and as it does so, the weight of its body hitting that piston that's in its back pushes the device all the way through the chest cavity. And so this stake appears in its chest and starts basically pushing this amber liquid out of it in spurts, very strong spurts. So you have basically an orange fountain lying in the middle of this floor.
Ew.
On top of Ekin, between Arlen and Avon.
Double ew.
The child in the corner screams. Tresco, you hear this scream.
Yeah.
It's not piercing?
It is a little boy screaming like a very, very high-pitched individual.
Where am I when I hear it?
You are in the courtyard. You're actually relatively close to the keep. I think you may have wandered close to Sedgwick with Romaine.
All right, I give Romaine a shove towards Sedgwick. I say, stay put, and I go sprinting up the stairs towards the screen.
That's kind of rude of you, he says as you run off. And you run into into the keep. You see the corpse impaled upon the door, and you see a door to your right and a door to your left. You can reasonably assume that the scream came from your right.
Oh, good, because I was trying to think how I wasn't going to meta that.
Yeah. And you run up the stairway to you go through the door, the stairway to your right. You come out into this bedroom and you see exactly what I described, and it is a mess.
Get it off of me! Get it off of me, please! Oh, it smells! It smells!
I run forward, and first I'm going to... is the piston exposed for grabbing?
You would have to roll the body over to remove it from the back.
All right, I will go ahead and help him out. I'll pull it and flip it off of him.
Okay. As you do so, you recognize the face. It's Rickon, another member of the Knights of Prosperity.
I internalize that deep down inside.
Give me a mental resistance check.
It's a 10. Plus what?
Plus your mental resistance.
17.
17. You internalize that real good. You're okay. For now. All right, carry on, my friends.
I'll go
Well, that
ahead.
was exciting.
I'll go ahead and yank the piston out.
Okay. It's identical to the one that you pulled from the other corpse.
I'm gonna turn and make sure that Lady MacLear and the little boy are okay.
The boy is collapsed and appears to have fainted.
Okay.
Lady MacLear is standing very poised but shaken. What? And what is that?
It's not a feint.
Question. Looking over herself to make sure there's no like nasty yellow liquidy stuff anywhere, because that's just gross.
No, it's all on me.
All over Ekin. Ekin is disgusting. And the worst part of it is it's kind of viscous.
Ugh.
Alrighty then. So Tresco enters the room. Arlen sees the ick all over Ekin.
Here, Ekin. I think you might want this, need this. I don't know. Just here you go. I'll pass over the handkerchief.
I think
I
Ekin
got
takes it. Oh, sorry, go.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna, Ekin takes it and like looks at the entire body's worth of gore on him, like ichor, and just like starts dabbing at it. It's full on like, this won't do any good, but it's all I've got. Like I'm just covered in it.
I'm totally doing it. I go to the bed. I take the whole sheet. I put it over your head.
Yes. Alright, then I start toweling off. With the very nice sheets. These sheets are probably nicer than anything I've ever slept in, and I'm using them as a towel.
Yup. Pop that pee. Alright. Why isn't anyone answering my question? What is that?
Because we don't rightly
Probably.
know.
Yep.
Me and
That's
Arlen
about
tried
right.
to talk at the same time.
She turns around and picks up the boy whose name I can't remember. Give me one
The boy
second.
who lived, I think.
No, god damn it.
He did! It took him 3 times, but he lived!
Fuck that.
No! We need to be open!
No, hide my shame.
It took
It's
him
not
3
your
tries.
shame.
For the
We
record,
saved
dear
him.
listeners, this is the 3rd time we're recording this session.
We saved the
Yeah.
boy!
And we finally found the path in which the boy lives.
We fucking time looped this shit until we saved the kid.
Micah, this is not an excuse for you to delete recordings that you don't like just so we have to redo it.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh man.
I'll mark that for you if you really want me.
Players, this is not an excuse for you to bribe Micah to delete the audio so that you can read.
I make mean vanilla kefir cookies. All I'm
man.
saying.
I mean, I am
Stop.
audio master
Stop.
now.
Micah,
Stop.
back pops.
Stop.
Setting your spinal column.
Wagon wheeling people.
Wagon wheeling.
Yeah, Terry, this isn't even about you. This is our food truck. Get out.
No,
Okay, sorry.
Hey, Micah, I can tell you the best day of the week to hit the dumpster behind the Panera and Independence when they
Hell
throw out all
yeah.
the fresh loaves. It's
Actually,
free
though.
bread.
Actually, I would take you up on that. Dude, I used to go dumpster
don't
diving
need- nope,
with my
we're good.
father
We're-
at
okay.
Trader Joe's.
All right. Here we go.
I want to look at Lady McClare, who is still asking what this thing is, and Arlen and Avon started to talk over each other, and I'm toweling my face off, and I go, "That's bloody disgusting is what it is," and I drop her sheet on the floor.
And we cut back to Trist.
That's a good
Ah.
cut.
You're in the we'll call it the lab. the laboratory. You're in Heinrich's laboratory. Omelette du fromage. Omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage.
Anyway, so you're working around. Are you taking notes and stuff while you're preparing this? Are you writing down your formula and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, as I'm going through, like, every time I do, like, a new step, I'm quickly writing it down. I'm also, like, kind of doing most things with my left hand for, like, actual, like, pouring and everything like that, and writing all of my steps down with my right hand.
Okay. Heinrich enters the room. Heinrich hobbles over, looks over your shoulder. He adjusts his spectacles, and then walks over to a mixture that you have over for this. I don't know what this world's equivalent of it would be, but a Bunsen burner. And it's, he says, "You're going to burn this," and he turns down the heat. "You have way too much going on. You need an assistant." "I won't be your assistant, but you need one. There's a reason we have them. There's a reason I took you in."
I just kind of like, and I take note on lowering the temperature.
Oh, you damn know-it-all. One of these days, it's going to bite you in the ass. And he hobbles out the door.
As he leaves, I go like, I'll have to find me to have an ass first. No butt. Yeah, so I'm just going through, checking equations, stuff like that, and making sure I'm keeping an eye on the temperature now that I know this can actually, like, burn.
All right. So you're keeping everything together. You know what you're doing. You get a concoction put together. It's oddly watery in appearance. It's a clear liquid with a small tint of blue, which you're not entirely certain where that blue came from, as none of the herbs that you used should have done that.
I'm just gonna, like, quietly go, okay, fun color. Takes note on what exact shade of blue it is.
It's a very distilled sky blue.
A peppered cyan.
What? Never mind, carry on.
Let him name things.
No,
Stop
it's
naming.
a color. No, peppered cyan. It's cyan blue with, like, specks of white mixed into it.
Okay. All right. So you have the mixture concocted, and you hobble outside.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, kind of, as I go past, I'm just gonna thank Heinrich, just really quickly, like, thanks, bye. And then as I go outside, I'll be like, Ekin, okay.
Back in the keep, Eakin's nose itches.
I want to point out that when I left in, what was that, seven? That was 7. In episode 7, when I left, I told Heinrich where I was going. I said, tell him I'm going back to the keep, and then I took the horse. That happened, I know it. But my nose does itch in the keep. I scratch it. I scratch my nose. I think
Back to Tristan.
And a big glob of yellow goop comes off your hand and is now on your nose.
Ew.
That's disgusting. Yeah.
Arlen actually thinks about saying, be like, someone must be talking about you. Oh, that's gross.
Avon points to the thing that Tresco pulled out of its back. She goes, what the bloody hell is that?
Looks to be some sort of tantalizer mechanism, and that it and then he just kind of trails
Gotcha.
off. And
We'll ask Trist about that later.
Terry, your
Trist.
poor face.
Back to Trist. Trist's nose itches.
I just flat out sneeze. I just kind of like rub my nose and I'm just like, I don't like people. And I start like hobbling towards the city, like the keep, just going back, just mumbling about how much I hate the fact that I keep getting left behind in random places.
As you do so, the camera pans back into Heinrich's shop. And we see him pocketing we'll call it a handful of small blue petals.
Cool. Ka-thump. 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 Ka-thump.
This is the sound of your leg.
Yeah, it's not me hitting. I'm just.
All right. And you very, 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 very slowly make your way back to the keep.
Ka-thump.
Wait, is it Morgana?
Morgana's at the keep.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah, you can definitely put her there.
I had to get back to save the lady.
All right. Back in the room, in the keep. Will someone please explain to me what is going on here?
That's
Official
like-
business, ma'am, but looks like everything is handled now. Everything is under control. Tresco says this considering that he has not seen anything else. I don't think you'll be having any more troubles today.
Actually, I'm gonna let someone else handle this one. And I
Handle.
Handle? Well, you see, you might want to look out that window over there, because the whole city might be under attack, at least by nightfall, probably.
What?
Probably.
I haven't seen it.
oh shit, Avon didn't look out the window.
That's right. I know.
Ooh.
I go with Lady Maclear because I'm assuming she goes.
Yes, she does.
I follow her to the window,
Yes, you do.
and I may see it.
No, you don't.
I follow them and see that they don't see it.
You see nothing in the woods.
I did not follow.
Right, so here's the thing. Out there's at least one big old baddie, and he has what I would call many fiends. There's a lot of fiends.
Well, was there anything
Are you-
particular about it?
Yeah.
I looked
Wait,
at Arlen.
hang on. Pause. Arlen, are you leaving Ekin out to dry?
I was for a second, but I did walk into the room. But I haven't said much outside of that one. Yeah.
And as everyone walks to the window, I will join them, but I was waiting for everyone to leave the room so I could check this body.
Sure.
Well, it's like this. You see, there's a fiend in the forest that I don't know. I've sort of maybe seen him in my head a few times, and he has with him what can only be called a hunting pack of wisp walkers. There was a lot of them.
Why, you saw more wisp walkers.
Yep.
Well, was there anything different about them?
The fact that they're following around a fiend that I've seen in my head a few times,
That part I didn't know. You what? And then Arlen will look at Egan.
Thistle? Does Thistle have anything to say?
You have a dry-in problem.
So there are fiends.
I didn't see any, but if what he says is true, a dry-in is typically one who unites fiends and makes them tenfold more dangerous.
So that is a thing.
Yes.
Well, I believe. Egan. I don't know why Avon wouldn't. Avon naively believes a lot of your shit, Egan.
I don't think I've lied to the party once.
Maybe
What I
twice,
mean
though.
Avon believes your magic. Like when you do magic when we're out on the road, she believes it.
This is
I'm not
my actual fake magic.
Yes.
All right.
Awesome.
So,
Then we must prepare.
We must sound the drums of war.
Lady MacLear, we need to get you and the boy to safety.
She gestures around. If I'm not safe here, where would I be safe?
Well, then we need to get you a guard.
As she says that, have I checked the body?
Yes, you checked the body. I'm sorry, what were you looking for in particular? Or were you just looking for anything at all?
Just anything.
Not a whole lot. There is the uniform yellow cloth wrapped around the left arm. But other than that, it's just a shabby potato sack of a robe. You removed the device from its back.
All right, then I'll just take the yellow band. And yeah, she says, if I'm not safe here, where will I be? I enter the room and like, lady's got a point there.
So, now that we know that Lady MacLear will be safe, what do we do for the rest of this town?
You guys got one of those priests that makes magic circles like we had at the campsite?
A Demorthine? Yes. Yes, we do.
Time.
Damn, I forgot I was gonna talk to Terry about something. Damn. Missed opportunity, never mind.
No, go for it.
Go for it. What were you going to talk to me about?
It would be a thing that I can't actually say to the entire chat. You have your phone with you?
No. Wait, yes. Yes, I do.
There's
Don't
also the-
lie to me.
Oh no, I can't go into the private chat.
No,
That's gonna be a bad thing.
it's fine. Okay, so... Well, we have a town defense. We can summon them. I don't fully believe you, boy. What one sees in one's head is one's own problems. But I am not one to take a fiend threat lightly.
Well,
Go ahead.
I did see the walkers and the fiend, so I will back him and second this.
Fair enough. You girl, looking right at Avon, get your fool knight in here. He will guard my grandson.
Sedgwick's been poisoned.
Has he? Of course he has. Why wouldn't he have been?
I mean, it seems rather convenient, doesn't it?
My dear, I don't believe in convenience.
I'm exactly.
Oh, you were being sarcastic. Right. Oh,
All
I see.
right.
Hang on. I'm getting messages now. Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
Cool.
Lady MacLear, if you wouldn't mind firing up those defenses, I don't think they're going to be enough. I think we need to get everyone inside the keep, and every man, woman, and child who can fire a bow needs to be up on those walls.
I agree
I'm
with
gonna
you.
go talk to the demi-spleen.
Okay.
This is a running thing.
His name
deal with it.
is Waylon. He's rather odd, so take what he says with a grain of salt.
Oh, don't worry, I won't kill him.
I wasn't worried about that, but now I am.
Yeah. And then he just keeps stammering as he backs out of the room and turns away.
Yes.
Lady MacLear,
Yes, girl.
I should probably escort you for the time being until we can get Sedgwick.
Gedgwick.
Sedgwick.
Stay with the boy a moment. And she walks out of the room and into the conjoined room.
Is he still unconscious?
He's on the bed now.
Okay.
She moved him. I believe I said she moved him. If not, I got cut off.
But he's
And-
still unconscious.
Yeah, he's still fainted. He'll be fine. He's just been through an ordeal. And yeah, she walks out of the room, and you can hear her shouting over the crowd. You can't really make out the words, but shortly thereafter, a small group of knights step up into the room. You four, guard him. You two, stay with me. And she starts heading out of the keep. You, the ones who stopped the thing that no one knows what it is, follow me.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't like how
Right behind
nonchalant
ya.
this woman is.
She's very nonchalant for almost being assassinated. I'll agree. I say it out loud if that was something that Avon actually said. I responded
I'll say that.
My dear,
Arlen will shrug. Good
my
leader.
dear,
Yeah.
I was, damn it, I keep, my dear, I was rather startled the first 3 times I was the target of an assassination attempt. After the 20th, you just become numb to it.
There's a lot of people that want her dead. I just mutter to Arlen.
You're not wrong.
Let's just say I rubbed the political circles in the wrong way.
Arlen chuckles, but doesn't say anything else.
She gets it, just kidding. Yeah.
So, has Lady McLear... She just went and got guard.
Yeah, she shouted for some,
But she's coming with us.
she's with you for now.
Okay.
She has 2 knights with her, and then she left 4 with the boy.
Okay. I don't like it.
Why don't you like it? What's wrong with it, Micah? Tell me what
You cut out.
I cut out. Oh. Why don't you like it, Micah? Or is it Avon?
Oh, it's Micah. Avon is fine.
Why doesn't Micah like it?
Micah metagame. Not metagame. Micah doesn't trust her.
Micah doesn't trust Lady McLear?
Avon does, so I'll have to play that. But
Fantastic. You all exit, and as you do so, you see Trist hobbling into the keep courtyard. He looks a little out of breath, red in the face, rather fatigued, and very, very, very poorly hiding his annoyance,
Do I
But
pass him?
still very handsome.
but still very handsome.
Do I pass him before the others since I left earlier?
yes, we did.
Yes.
As I pass by him, I see how disheveled and distraught he looks, and I kind of give him a light rib tap and go, "Working hard or hardly working, partner," and then head for the door.
As he walks past me, I try to swing at him with my cane.
Roll for it.
Beautiful.
1.
You miss completely.
Yeah, I figured. Cool. So yeah, I'm just hobbling in and I'm just noticing there's like a weird ruckus going on a little bit, and I'm just like, whatever. I call out, "Where's Sedgwick?"
He's still sitting on the stool.
And he's got Romaine.
And he's got Romaine next to him. Romaine seems to be like talking to him. As you get closer, you hear that he's just telling him some story of how Romaine saved some damsel in distress, etc., etc. And the moment you guys kind of get within earshot, he shuts up very quickly.
Right. Sedgwick, a moment. Can I, and it's kind of like get right over to him. I'm just like checking his eyes, like his pulse, and like going around like poking his body.
You can tell that from him sitting down, he has neither exasperated his condition nor improved it. So he is just as he was. Maybe slightly annoyed with Romaine.
I just kind of like acknowledge, I understand that annoyance. And then I just kind of go through it. I'm like, all right, this will be annoying, sorry. And I tie a tourniquet around his arm just to make sure I get right, like actually into the right veins. And I quickly syringe and inject him.
Okay. Boy, what are you doing?
Shh, 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 shh.
Please tell me that's an antidote.
Oh no, it's just more fossil flux. I figured, why not? I just look at her.
It's not more fossil flux, is it, boy?
I look at him. No.
Sedgwick's not good with sarcasm.
No.
And I stand up and dust myself off, and I'm like, and you're not good with trusting me. And I just start walking away.
Syringe drop.
It lands in Romaine. Ah!
That poor man's been through enough.
All right.
I would like to pull Arlen aside as we leave the keep when everyone's sort of spreading out.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw that thing look at you too.
This feels like a skeevy pickup
Yeah.
line.
I don't know where the pickup line would go from there, though.
I see that you're wearing a bathrobe. That's cool. I wear bathrobes.
I saw the thing look at you. Looked at me too.
Yeah.
Maybe we're destined.
My God, it's terrible.
Oh, come on. You know that Arlen would love that shit.
Oh, she would. It's true, she would. Okay, then we'll play it like that. So you say that to Arlen, and Arlen just looks at you and goes, "Huh, Egan? I didn't think. Huh? I mean, we could go on a date, but I feel like it's bad timing."
No, I mean, literally, I saw it look at you, and I don't know, you felt it, right? Like that thing was not, it was not normal. Have you been seeing it too? Like I have. It flashes in your mind.
I've never seen it, but I don't know. It's like it's chasing. I know I've always been chased, but if it's that, I don't know. But it's just, yeah, I didn't like the way it felt. I know what you mean by that.
I can't figure out what it is about me. That thing, feel like it's been following me for as long as I can remember, really. I don't know. It just, why would it be following both of us, you know?
Arlen shrugs, and she's like, I don't know. Ever since I was little and my town disappeared, I've always just felt the need to keep moving, keep running before it finds me.
Your town disappeared. Where are you from?
It doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't matter.
It matters.
It's called Ekanor. I mean, it's gone now. Even the people are gone. Like, nothing was left.
Not everyone is gone. There are at least 2 of us left.
What?
Well, there's me, for starts. You, apparently, which I didn't know about. And there's another that I know of.
Arlen stares at you really hard, just trying to be like, no. Everyone was gone. Everyone was dead. Things were burning. Actually, I don't even know if they're dead. They were just gone, disappeared. And stares at you really hard, just trying to place you.
I'm Rourke's kid. You know Rourke's? Talier.
Oh! No! Arlen slapped you across the face.
Ow! What was that for?
You used to pull my hair!
In his defense, he was 2.
That's true.
Ow! Oh, you have a strong slap.
Not all over my clothes. You're so
Listen,
snotty and drooly. Oh.
I was probably a baby. I don't remember being snotty or drooly after that.
Thinks back to literally a moment ago when you had like goo fall off your face.
No, even better, as soon as I say that line, the chunk of it that had gotten on my nose drips off and hits the ground with like a...
There was a moment when like the overwhelming feeling of not being alone from that town anymore washes over. So first, the rage of, oh my god. Second was going to be the, oh my god, and like hug you. And she goes to come in and then sees it drip and is like, no. And steps back. It's just like, oh my god, wait, so that thing's been hunting you?
I guess. I don't remember much about the night that it happened. I mean, it's sort of a blank.
You were there?
I was.
Okay, so somehow you survived. Can we make the logical guess that thing's after us because we are the only survivors?
Well, we're not the only survivors. I just don't know where the other one is.
Oh my god. Like, the first time you said that had just gone right over her head. And when you say it a second time, she's like, ooh.
My sister? She left. She's older. I mean, I don't know where she's been.
Wait, when'd she leave?
It would have been when I was 8 or 9. A few years before everything went down. I guess I hope she's still out there somewhere. I don't know.
Okay. But she never went back.
Not while I was there. Not like I was there for a long time after what happened.
Well, I mean, you can always pretend that because we don't know why it's hunting the people from that town, that maybe because she's not considered part of that town anymore, she's safe?
Hope so. Mostly I was trying to put as much distance between me and whatever I felt like was following me as I could, so that, I guess, to buy anyone who has left time.
Honestly, I've just been running because I could feel something but never knew what it was.
I guess now you know.
I can't tell if that should make me feel better or not, but
So
I
how are we
guess by
gonna
the
deal
end
with-
of tonight.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's a good question.
How do you want to handle it?
That's when Arlen just like rubs her face. It's like, well, the thing is after us. If we leave, does it follow, or does it just destroy the town on its way to us?
I don't know. I don't know if it destroyed Eikenor because it had to do with the town or because I was there.
Oh, gods, that's a good question.
Because if it just destroyed it because I was here, then whether we leave or not, it's in the city's in the way. But if it's just after us, then maybe leaving could save everyone.
So it's almost a toss of the coin of whether or not we leave and it follows, or we stay and finish it.
I stop the coin spinning. I hold it out in the palm of my hand. I go, it's just a coin toss then.
Okay, heads or tails?
Heads we stay.
Tails
And
we
I-
run.
Flick the coin.
Oh God.
Okay, I think this is where I get to step in. The coin falls. Are you going to catch it or let it hit the ground?
I think Eakin's a catch and on the top of the palm type person, you know? Or the top of the back of the hand.
You catch it, you slam it down on top of your hand. As you lift it, it begins spinning around your hand.
All right, I grab the coin and go, listen here, you little shit. I know you like spinning, and I will let you again, but you need to give me a hot minute here, all right?
Spin.
Don't spin for 1 minute.
I would comment on you talking to a coin is weird, but I did just follow that coin to you, and we've got a talking sword. I honestly don't know how things can get weirder.
You get a feeling of resignation from the coin.
Thank you. And then I flick it again.
Wow.
It lands. Heads. You stay.
Okay.
2 out of 3?
Okay.
I guess we're fighting this thing.
I've been in a lot of brawls, but honestly, I've never actually stood and fought before. This is going to be new.
Just take Thistle, tie Thistle to a stick, and poke everything over the wall.
Stop it.
Beautiful. Done.
Thank you, coin, for such a good strategy. No, all right, I feel like that conversation, I think we hit the end point. I don't think we need to keep going on that for now.
No, definitely
personally.
hit the end point on that one.
Thanks for letting us play that one out, guys.
Thanks for playing it out. If bottle caps were a thing in this game, I'd give you each one.
Real quick, Lady MacLear came with us.
Mm-hmm. She's stepping. She's walking through the crowd, talking to very specific people, and you see their faces go slack, solemn, and then they nod. You can tell that she's talking to very specific individuals. As she does so, a few are taking off into the town, and you hear them crying for a town alert.
Okay.
Yes. Any other questions?
Town alert. I would know what that is. It's just like
It's a to the
Bell.
keep to the thing. Yeah. So they are making their way through the town,
gathering
people to the keep.
I update Sedgwick on everything that's happened, and Triss by that. Or did Triss? You walked away?
Yeah, I walked away, like I do.
Damn it! I was gonna
Stop
inform
that.
you. Are you far off?
Well, I just realized I had hit send on this to Terry, so give me one. Alright, I should be sending to you in a moment, because apparently my phone didn't want to do it.
All right, got it. Trist is nowhere nearby. You can't even see him.
Shit.
He has apparently left the keep's grounds.
Shit. Well, either way, I'm updating Sedgwick on everything that happened, including the very strange creature human corpse.
Hey. Sword fighting fiends on one side and people.
Unless they're all together.
You cut out at the end of the fiends on one side statement, Terry.
Oh. So we've got fiends on one side and humans on another.
Unless they're all on the same side.
And Cedric scoffs at that and then stands up. He looks a little wobbly, but then kind of straightens. And he says, "Oh, we better find our boy Tresco. I'm gonna need his sword arm again." And we cut to Tresco, whose nose starts itching.
I suppose I'm out front of the keep trying to get Avon's horse to let me use it to go see the demorphine, unless it wasn't there, in which case I'd just start running.
It was there, but every time you reach for the reins, it takes a few steps back,
And if you manage to grab the reins, it won't move until you try to saddle it, until you try to like get on top of it, and then it'll sidestep away.
I don't suppose you would go get the priest. And I kind of try like looking at it.
Are we just gonna try talking to everything and talks back?
Tresco just thought, maybe they had something in common.
Morgana snorts sarcastically at you. That was your cue, Andrew.
I don't know. Last time everyone just laughed at my horse sounds. If you want me to do a sarcastic snort, we can go for take 2.
Take 2? Or snort?
I'm about it.
What, you need to set it up again?
I need my line in. I need context for my acting, Terry.
Right.
So after the horse has stepped away from me a few times, I think back on Thistle and the coin and everything that I've seen so far, and I kind of look at the horse kind of sideways. I'm like, don't suppose you'd be cool giving me a ride to see the priest?
That's what I've got. That's what I've got. I don't know what to tell you for sarcastic horse.
That was pretty good. I like it.
Very well, horse. Stand strong in your autonomy. And then I start heading.
Hang on, buddy. I got you. Avon, you see Tresco dancing with your horse.
What the? It's not my horse. It's technically Sedgwick's, but I walk over. I take Morgana's reins. I hand them. She doesn't like you.
Yeah, well, I think she stinks.
She's a horse.
Well, don't be rude. And then I take the reins from her.
All right. Do you know where you're going?
I told him.
Should be pretty obvious, right?
Not necessarily. You don't know where the Demorthine priest is for this town.
Where is the Demorphine priest?
He's on the outskirts. At the temple to the south?
Temple's a strong word.
I mean, we're tiny.
More like a hut.
It's a temple.
And Tresco takes off, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Doesn't take you very long. You approach this, you approach what you can only assume is the Demorthine's, air quotes, temple. It's a pretty overgrown shack, really, at the southern end of the pond that the creek that you guys are camping next to runs into. It's kind of like nestled in a thicket of trees, and you approach it and you see like animal bones, runes carved in on the door. And what do you do?
Wallace! Dude!
You hear some rustling from inside, and a man steps out and appears to be throwing the robe over his body. You get a nice glimpse of his entirety. As he does so,
I fist bump him.
And he says, What do you need?
I need you to help us protect that town from them there fiends in that forest.
Why? Oh, yes, I understand. I am a Demorthine priest. Yes. And he steps back inside. He comes out with like this satchel he throws over his shoulder. Take me to the fiends, or to the place where I need to defend from the fiends, whatever happens.
That was the least confidence-inspiring Demorthine priest I've ever seen. I am a Demorthine priest, he declared.
What worries me more is oh, right, I'm a Demorthine priest. What, did you forget?
It's been a minute.
I love him, and he's our new pet NPC along with Romaine. That's all I'm saying.
As we're riding for the keep, I lay out the situation for him. We got unknown number, but a very large number of fiends, and right now we're moving everyone into the keep, and I need to know what he can do to contribute to the defense.
I can provide, looks into his satchel. You hear like stones clattering, some minor magics.
Sweet.
And he's like, I was expecting someone else, someone more of the wandering sort.
Well, this life, you take what you get.
Something must have changed. And you take him to the keep.
I ask him what specifically he thinks I'll be able to do.
Well, not as much as I think you hope I can. You see, fiends are vicious, and my magic is... People have this idea of demorphine arts being far more powerful than they are. And they may have been once, but they are shadows of their former selves now.
Believe me when I say, buddy, that it would be impossible for me to have a lower opinion of you than I do right now.
Luckily,
I give him a
don't-
grin like I said something nice.
Luckily, I don't thrive on your opinion of me. I'm just... Andrew, are you okay, Pumpkin?
This is my new favorite conversation that has ever happened on this show. I love this for no reason. I don't know why it's so good to me, but this is the fucking funniest thing I've ever heard. Just believe me when I tell you that I couldn't possibly have a lower opinion of you. I don't know. Sorry, I'm gonna mute myself and laugh.
All right. Look, here, sword-bearing human person. I'm going to do whatever I can to defend the town. Now, if I die in the process, the whole town goes with me, etc., etc. What is, and isn't, and blah, blah. Don't you have other things to go deal with while I do what
Yes,
I
I
can about this
can't
door?
deal with those things until you tell me specifically what defenses you think you will be able to provide out of your little magical ass.
Right. So you're going to go for the aggressive tactic. I am going to kill whatever fiends I can. I don't know how much more specific I can get. They will be dying. As many as I can take down with me. Is that what you want? Because I don't know if you're looking for me to put up a magical fucking wall in front of the door, but it's not going to happen.
All right, now we're getting somewhere. All right, no magical walls, no magical doors. Do you have a number estimate? We're trying to plan a defense here, little man.
And he steps up to you. I am not little. I am crooked-backed because I am an old man.
I wasn't referring to your stature.
Very well. I can kill a few fiends. I've never actually tested my limits. Therefore, you may want to maybe not count on me. Okay? Now
All
go
right.
do other things while I do what I can here. Thank you. Goodbye, sir. Children, these... And he, wanders off.
As I'm walking away, at the first person I see, it's like, well, you heard it from their mouth. Don't count on God.
He's a demorphine,
I don't believe
not a
God.
priest.
I thought they were demorphine priests.
But there's the priests of the one god, and the demorphine don't actually worship a god. They worship, nature spirits and things of that nature. Ha.
Oh, so those are what's useless. Okay.
Sure. All right. So, Arlen, you hear Tresco raising his voice. You look.
Wow.
She's in the courtyard with him.
Oh, when he gets back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tresco's yelling at him in the middle of this courtyard. He's definitely getting attention.
Never mind.
So you look over and you see the man who put out the cards.
Hey! I will rush over to him while Tresco's yelling. I assume I actually don't get up to them until after this conversation is done.
Yes.
Does she run up as I'm walking away? Is she the person I comment to?
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
I hope what you're looking for is nothing, because it's the only thing he's capable of providing. And then I walk past.
Arlen just shakes her head. She knows Demorthane, and I think she understood what Tresco was looking for and what he didn't find. And then she yells back, "They're not priests. They don't actually believe in a god, just so you know."
Distinguishing between your imaginary friends is arbitrary.
Tresco,
If he's imaginary, you can see him too, so, joke's on you. And Arlen will walk up. Oh shoot, I don't have my notes. What was it, like Nobby? Is that what he told me to call him?
N-O-G-I.
Nogi, okay.
If you were reading it, though.
Yeah.
Arlen walks up and is like, "Oh, Nogi!"
It's Waylon now.
I thought it was Wallace.
You don't count. You never remember a name. Shut up. Go skulk.
So is this like a daily name change thing or like a magical, mystical mystery man name change thing?
It's more like as the time kind of designs for me kind of thing.
Fair. All right. What can I do to help you? Because I trust you
Oh, that was a mistake.
completely.
That is a terrible mistake. But it seems that I have somehow tied my fate to you.
Oh, see, that seems like a mistake. Considering
I'm
what
aware.
fate you gave me.
Yes, I may have interfered a touch more than I should have. And he looks out towards the forests, and the sun is beginning to set. I think we're in for a very long night.
At that, Arlen actually does get more serious. She just kind of stops joking a lot more and is like, yeah.
You should find the one. Find the guard. I trust you know which one that is.
Really? The guard? Not the sword?
The sword is the one that just stormed off like an angry asshole.
Ah, I think I got two of them backwards then. Okay, I know which one you're talking about now. Okay, I'll go find the guard. Did you want to meet her?
A she. Interesting. Yes. And if you can find the Magus, that would be most helpful.
Oh yeah, and Arlen will turn, and I assume Ekin is still outside in the courtyard. He goes,
Yes.
he's right over there.
He looks filthy.
Oh, he is. It's really gross. Don't touch him.
And we cut to Avon, whose nose itches, and she looks over towards the keep, over towards the entrance to the keep grounds, and you see Arlen talking to some man.
Okay. I don't recognize this man, do I?
No.
Uh-huh. The person who's lived in this whole town her whole life doesn't know who the Demorthine priest is, does she?
Not a priest.
Not a priest.
Just point of clarification for me, is demorthine a noun in this case? Like, you are a demorthine? Is that?
Yes.
And then there's Demorthine magic.
Mysteries.
Mysteries. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, my brain is starting to wrap around the concept of not having a title after demorthine, because I was picturing it as an adjective.
Right, that's fair. That's
It's
totally
not.
fair.
That's fair.
Got it.
So yeah, he's dressed as a Demorthine.
Yeah. But this town only has one Demorthine.
Yeah.
Squinty-eyed.
Okay. What do you want me to do about it?
Is Lady McLear around?
She's still walking through the crowd, talking to very specific
Okay, she's
individuals.
still doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna approach Arlen because I'm assuming this is the Demorthine that Tresco went to get.
Yeah. You can reasonably assume that.
But it's not the man who raised me.
That's correct.
Uh-huh.
Arlen sees you and gets really excited. Like, oh, that's her. That's the one. That's the one we need.
Is that a come on?
Well, it
Is
wasn't. But it could be.
Anyway.
Although, come on, Avon. This is not the time or place.
It's not the time or place, but you just, to me.
And again, we could die tonight, so... Anyway, not right now. We'll get back to that later.
You have an odd relationship with your compatriots.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Waylon.
But what happened to...
Waylon?
Was it Waylon before?
It was.
You're not Waylon.
Sure I am. I just said it.
Waylon raised me as a babe.
Waylon Nogi waves his hand in front of you, says, Waylon is my name.
Do I need to roll?
No. Look, this isn't the time. We must see to the town's defenses. You're the god, yes? And you need to...
What?
Yes, you're the god.
No.
You're the
Yes.
guard. You are. He knows what he's talking about. Just trust him.
Now, are you sure you want this one to be your guard?
Yes. I would prefer this one over the one who stormed off, so... Or the drunkard over there.
I don't trust this man.
You shouldn't.
He has infiltrated a childhood memory of mine. He does not deserve to be here. I'm paranoid as fuck.
For the record, Waylon was a bit of an asshole.
Yes, he was.
But just saying.
That's not the point.
Look, Nogi looks right at you. Look, I'm a bit of a step up from Waylon right now, so we're gonna have to deal with it
Who do
later.
you work for?
I work for myself.
Prove it.
How?
Yeah, that's kind of a. That's like. Yeah, I don't think that's how that works. That's like trying to prove that God is real.
Look, what is your name, actually?
Waylon would know my name.
Looks over at Arlen. Arlen, what is this one's name?
That's Avon.
Good evening, Avon. And by good evening, I mean, oh hell, we're going to die if you don't get your shit out of your ass. Wait, that's not the phrase. What's the turn of phrase here? If you don't get your head out of your ass and get your shit together.
Avon gives Arlen just a look. It's just like when she introduced me to that boy in that town without my permission.
And she is just grinning, which I believe is a very similar response.
Uh-huh. I'll overlook it because we're in danger.
He predicted it.
Sort
I trust
of.
him.
I was a little off on the numbers.
Well,
Arlen shrugs.
let's prepare for a war tonight, eh?
Oh, Avon, this is not the war. This is just the first battle, and we'll see you next week.
Oh no, guys. I lost the recording. No, I'm kidding.
You can't make that joke. We can't make that
Oh,
joke.
You,
no,
not
we
a
can't.
joke.
you might be able to make that joke in like a couple of months. Once. The wounds are too fresh, Micah. The wounds are too fresh.
Shadows of Esteren and its logo are trademarks of Agate RPG in the U.S.A. and other countries. All Agate RPG characters and character names and the distinctive likenesses thereof are trademarks of Agate RPG. Content derived from Agate RPG publications is copyright 2012 Agate RPG. Agate RPG is a brand of Agate Editions. Please support the creators of this game. You can do so by going to portal.esteren.org/en. And you can also receive an email when they launch their next pre-order or Kickstarter by following the link below. You can also find a free download of Book 0 Prologue on drivethrurpg.com so you can get started with your friends immediately. And I highly recommend you do so. Prologue is amazing. It has 3 really well-written stories that are great ways to introduce your friends into the Shadows of Esteren universe. Highly recommended. Hey, did you enjoy the music? The game developers made that too. Do you want the music? The developers' Bandcamp has all of their music available for purchase if you're interested. As always, the link is in the description. I should probably also note that the opening song and the closing song were made in-house by Micah Westhoff. So if you wanted those, I'm almost certain we're going to make those available in some way, shape, or form. Support the show by rating us on your preferred podcast source and by following us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, where you can get all the latest Wastebin news as well as a look at the maps and other artsy stuff we use for sessions. All those links are below. And for those of you that want a little more, go and check out our Patreon. That link too is in the description. Thanks everyone, and see you next week.